got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers.
Hey, what's going on, gang? It's Murado Music with 3-piece TCG, Beard Pirates TCG, and 2D. I'm coming at you with that BP Monkey D Luffy in EB bars. Smash that like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell. Go down in the comments, let me know what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently. Now I know you see the leader and you're like, where can I get it? Do follow the link in the description to K Design's Etsy page. Use the code 3-piece TCG. I'm about to say Marauder Music. Use the code 3-piece TCG and get 25% off your entire order. Throw this one in the bag, throw this one in the bag, this one in the bag, this one in the bag, this one in the bag. Throw them in the bag. Don't even think about it. 25% off of everything. Also, the link to my music is there. The DistroKid link. Ooh, also, the memberships are live. Ladies and gentle thems, do be smashing and finger popping. Get your badges, get your emojis, get your name on my videos, but and you get to support a firefighter who can't read. That's fucking awesome, dude. Be putting on that pressure. And get the monthly deck revisions, members only polls, not them kind of polls. And then, of course, Big City Hooping gives you the whole shebang, baby. Even calling an emergency deck profile, you know what I'm saying? So memberships are just the best way to support the channel. I really do appreciate everybody. And if you feel like I've been accomplishing my mission statement, which is bringing you joy and knowledge, hey, do consider joining. Or if you're one of the creators that my man Tom K, myself, and others have been coming across who are trying to steal the sauce, why don't you consider joining the membership? And look at it as an investment in yourself, since you're literally taking my ideas and using them to make you money, right? I mean, look, at least one, you would know how to do it correctly. And two, you wouldn't look absolutely crazy when everybody sees you in your videos talking about, oh, I've been taking some time cooking, I've been up late cooking. Man, get your corny ass out of here. Hey, look, we ain't the biggest One Piece channel yet, but we are coming up on 3,000 strong, and that's a lot of eyes for this community. And let me tell you, once you lose your word, once your character is exposed, once you lose credibility, you will not be getting it back, Jack. I can promise you that. That's big 3-piece capo talk for that ass, okay? So anyways, one more shout out for my man Spam Thulu. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this in the last video, but I didn't have everything together. Now I do. Spam Thulu's been a great friend of the channel for a good while, and they sent me their message between them and K Design, and man, I'm touched that I have a subscriber that would even think about me like this. And then this is the genesis that's happening right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is just crazy. It's awesome. And Spam, I really do appreciate you, boss. And you know, we always have fun in lives and everything like that. But anyhow, enough of the silly business. Oh, and the card they're referencing, for those who don't know, it's this right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, also in the description. But anyhow, enough of the silly business. Let's get into the dick list. Okay, so you guys have seen me, you know, I came up with the Dofi, right? I came up with the Dofi. Let's put the straw in here so we can really show you guys. So I started off with the red purple Dofi, right? Started off with red purple Dofi. Plofy, if you will, my Plofy package. And I was like, dope, what if it worked in purple Luffy? I said, dope, it works in purple Luffy. Then I said, what if it worked in Malak purple Luffy, right? And that was our last video. We came up with this, and it really did, between the Sanjis and the God Threads and the Lightnings, it really did help a lot of different matches. Still very polarizing. Some matches we just blow them out and you'd be surprised too, right? And some matches you're also surprised that we just can't fucking win, right? I mean, being a 4-life leader inherently comes with its disadvantages. However, I was like, you know what, man? It's about time. Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time to get ready for EB02. It's later this month. It's later. It's probably, I think it's in 3 weeks. I think it's literally in 3 weeks or less. So, guys, it's time to get ready. It's time to start cooking up again, right? Okay, so In this list, we've abandoned the Plothy package for now, and we are instead focusing on new cards, and that's about it. But look, check it out. Okay, so what we like to do is, of course, ramp, right? We'd like the pop, we like all that. But I'm gonna go ahead and include this Sanji and Pudding. Now, I don't know that I want this at 4 yet, and maybe so after these games. You know, we're going to go over them and everything like that. But the Sanji Pudding has been an invaluable card, not just because of its, you know, what you see right there in that frame. Understand that a 7K body swings into all of the cast of leaders for free, including the 6K bodies, and it's a perfect swing into the majority of it, right? It's also an imposing force on the field that has to be respected throughout its entirety on there, right? You pair that with the fact that our leader will make it +1, it just got that much harder to remove, right? Okay, cool. Then when 2 or more of our Dawn are returned to our Dawn deck, set 1 is active, okay? We get to get one back as active, which works tandem with this leader's ability. Okay, so for example, if we have this leader out, if we have this character card out, and then we were to play Gum Gum Lightning, just, you know, I want to pop this, we would literally actually net 1 card. We would ramp 1 card. If we wanted to play Frankie after the fact, we would ramp 1 card. If we wanted to use Luffy's ability, ramp 1 card. If you wanted to play Kaido, okay, at 10 especially, you play Kaido at 10 and you pop a 6K, you go -5 Dawn. Luffy's ability brings you back 2. Luffy would already bring you back to 7, right? And then the next turn you could play a Kaido, right? But when you have Sanji Pudding out there, you will go back to 8 and you will be back at 10, ready to play another Kaido. It's crazy. But here's how we do it. Understand that you get to choose whether you're going to activate Sanji Pudding first or Monkey Luffy, right? Now, a lot of people call this Spud. I don't like Spud. We're going to call it Papas. So you get to decide, do I want Papa's ability or do I want Luffy's ability? We're always going to go with Papa's, right? The reason being is because if we're in a situation where we go down to, you know, like we go from 10 to 8 or whatever the French, you know what I'm saying? We'll get that active Dawn. Then we do their ability. We start by getting an active Dawn, and then we get that rested Dawn. If you're ever at a point where because you're not going to go to 11 Dawn, right? So if you were to do Luffy's ability first, you would get 1 active Dawn, you'd get 1 rested Dawn, and then you wouldn't even have room to do their ability. If that doesn't make sense now, it will when we play it. But so, yeah, Sanji Pudding just goes great into everything. Not to mention, even in late game when you play it, if they're at 10 Dawn, guess what? You get to draw a card. If you've been using abilities, guess what? You get to draw a card. So anyways, it works great with this deck. It works great with this leader. Luffy is just our finisher, just here to show up and wreck shop. Okay, so obviously it works in tandem again with Sanji Pudding and Luffy, as does everything else work with Pudding in this ability. And yeah, so it's a good rush and it's a good finisher. Then outside of that, we're running some Sanji, again, another 7K body that this one does have a counter value, which is incredible. And you know, it's just able to put that pressure. And then we got Law that can search everything but Gum Gum Giant, like, screw us. Well, Gum Gum Giant, Bon Clay, and Kaido to be, you know, wildly accurate. Black Maria. But anyways, then we got Frankie, blah, blah, blah. Usual suspects. I'm running 3 and 3 for these. And I know what you're thinking. The Big Loof, the 10 Loof is missing, right? And I just haven't worked space in yet for that Big Loof. Right now, I'm really liking the popping and playing and going right back to 10 when I'm getting Sanji out there, or, you know, doing the same damn thing with Luffy, you know. So that's where our head's at right now. But let's go ahead and get into some games. And you watch, you learn, you're going to be big city hooping. All right, big city hooping. Let's go ahead and do this thing. First question in your head. I know what it is. How does it stack up to Green Purple Luffy? What is the Green Purple Luffy match like? Because Green Purple Luffy is supposed to be the big Luffy, right? That's supposed to be the one that's tier 0. Okay. Well, like I said, it's got its matchups, right? It's got its wild strengths and, you know, hard to reach, hard to beat matches. However, that was the old list. Let's get this list going. All right. So you see me, I've got Black Maria in my hand. I've got Pudding. I've got a Luffy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use that Black Maria as some ramp. We ain't mad about it. I draw into a Gum Gum Lightning. You can guess where that Zoro's about to go. We're going to go ahead and counter because we are a 4-life leader. We do want to stay healthy. We got that 4-life leader down to 3 already, however. So here's where we're at right now. We can establish Pudding or we can Gum Gum Lightning, okay? So I really do hate to choose between the two. Guess what? I don't have to choose between the two. Yes, that's right. We're going to go ahead and pop Zoro and establish Pudding in the same turn at the same time. Let's get it going, all right? Okay, so we swing 5 at him. We just got rid of a Uso Hachi, me so horny. Okay. Well, now they've got Sanji Pudding, okay? And we know that here comes the shenanigans, right? Eat at shenanigans. Enjoy your food. Eat at shenanigans. Calvin works here. So there's 6K leader for the round, which is really powerful in this game. And they're searching. They got a Zoro Joro, and we get to ramp up again. I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens. Sometimes you're gonna get these triggers, and it's gonna happen like that for you. What did I tell you about? What did I tell you about that? What did I tell you about that right there? Look at that. Goodness gracious. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and swing 7 because I'm crazy. Now we're just going to swing 6. And I should have just swung 6 first, right? And we get another 2K. We love to see the 2Ks. We're swinging 10. Gang, right now, they're going into 7 Dawn. They really don't have an answer to Big Luffy like that. They really don't have him like that. They really ain't got it like that. So here they go. They're down to 6 Dawn total. They are 6K leader. They do have Pudding, but we've got 5K in counter, okay? And they're doing green, purple, Luffy things. Do not get me wrong. They are doing green, purple, Luffy things. We're going to go ahead and take this one for sure. Yeah. Okay, so now, check me out. I can run another big-ass Luffy. Another big-ass Luffy. There we go. Another 3 Dawn standing. I can give 1 there and make them swing 2 over, okay? And then, anybody see any blockers on the field? Anybody see any Dawn up on the field? No? Neither did I. Okay, so now we're swinging 6. They take a life. Oh my gosh. Swinging 10. They take it. Swinging 10. They take it. That's GG's, baby. That's GG's. Did we blow up or nah? Did we blow up or nah? You know what I'm saying? The way we were able to get rid of a 6K body and establish a 7K body in 1 turn, that's crazy. That's crazy. Now we're cooking with grease, like my papa would say. And then, you know, sometimes you got to do it to them, man. Sometimes you got to fearlessly spend all but all your Dawn and drop it on them. We didn't have any outs. We didn't have any events, but we did feel very comfy doing so. Why? Because we're playing Luffy. We're playing a 9-drop character with 2 and 3 Dawn standing afterwards. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so let's go. So we are going up against another green purple Luffy. All right. I think they chose to go first, and green purple Luffy wants to go first. Okay. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now they didn't get out there. Well, I think I'm the only one that really plays Zoro Joro like that. So they get out there Robin. We're like, okay, cool. I'm going to ramp to the moon and I'm going to swing 8 at you. They go down a Dawn, which is extremely interesting to me. Now, of course, yes, they did get to play out their Zoro Joro. Yes, they will be able to play out Papa's next turn, but their Luffy Taro play is off. And I'm going to pop that with Sanji. And I'm going to swing 6, and I'm going to swing 6, and we're going to keep it moving. And the reason why we're swinging sixes and not perfect numbers is because we're just trying to drain that cards. We're trying to drain cards out of their hand. We want to give them something that they can take, that they can do something with. Now they do one of my favorite plays, and that is when you're able to putting into a Zoro Joro. I love that. I love that. You got out 9 Dawn for you know, on your turn 3 or whatever. Crazy. However, putting is going to get popped. And then now we're going to be putting on that big city pressure, because I'm swinging 6, and now I'm going to go ahead and swing 8, because I'm no longer interested in just getting cards out of their hand. I want that life in their hand. I want to put that life in their hand, okay? So if they want to swing 6 and a 5, okay, so this is what they're cooking with. Okay. We're trying to get it together, see what they're working with. Okay, interesting. They decide to freeze. I only got 1 attack coming my way. You know, I could block both, but I'd rather have that. All right, we just entered the winner's circle. We're going to go ahead and drop that Kaido, get rid of that pudding, right? Okay, now we're back at 7, and we will be at 9 next turn. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and start swinging. Let's get busy. I'm going to swing 6 there. Okay, cool. I can go ahead and swing 6 there again, and I get another counter. Okay, so now where am I going to swing? I'm going to put 10 on that ass again. All right, we are getting them out of here. We see that we've got 4K in counter. We've got a board that they probably feel like they really should address. They get out putting, okay, and down to left, right. You know, they do their damn thing. And I'm thinking right here, they still can swing here and they still can swing here. I would rather defend a larger body if that was the case. So you know, that's what I'm thinking in my head. Go ahead and let them go. I feel like the real troublemaker is Kaido, because once we get that 10K body out, they have they have difficulty. Now they want to swing at it again. Okay, cool. They put out a little chop. All right. Now what I can do is I can play pudding into Frankie, which is wild. I could also play out Usohachi, turn that chopper sideways. Okay, swing 10. Put the rest on my man. GG's. That was a little gutsy. That was a little ballsy right there. That was a little ballsy of a play. I felt like I had been getting 2Ks out of them, you know, when we were swinging earlier, just swinging 6s, etc. And I see a lot on the board, right? I see a lot on the board. And you know, that's what we went for in at that juncture. We could have also set up a block, and that is a Gum Giant. We were at 2 life or 3 life? We were at 3 life, yeah. So, yikes. We could have played pudding into Frankie, got rid of the Usohachi, drew into a Gum Giant, and then had a total of 2 Gum Giants in our hand when we were to go take their onslaught, right? Instead, we decided to just go for lethal. The only thing I would have changed here is I would have saved 1 Dawn at least for my leader, because when Sanji swings, if they were to have it, then and that would be it though, then I have 1 more Dawn. I have 1 more swing just to push him over the edge. But yeah, I mean, there you go. You know, 3 life to no life. If you're going to be beating the premier deck in the game, if you're going to be beating that like consistently, I don't know, that might be a strong enough reason, that might be a good enough reason to run old BP Luffy. Okay, now I am playing in Eastern right now. I am playing in the Eastern format because nobody wants to play EB02. Even the other matches, like, just nobody wants to play EB02. So I start off, they choose second. I'm like, Bizetsky's. I'm going to go. I got everything looking good right now. And I'm like, OPO5, eh? OPO5, eh? What the fuck was that? All right, so now I am playing in the Eastern. I forgot to mention. It's okay. That's okay. We'll just have to do that later. Okay, so I am playing in the Eastern format because nobody wants to play EB02 with me. Like, there's just literally nobody there. But anyhow, they chose to go second. We're happy going first. We like going first. We're going to law out our finisher. So we're already poised. We had some other choices, but we chose to get that Luffy. We only got 2 of them in here. That is an OPO5 card. You know what I mean? Go figure. But anyhow, I'm going to swing 7 at that ass. They do have a blocker. They take the life. They're 5 life leader. That's their prerogative. So now we're going to go ahead and see what they got for us. Okay, they're swinging 5. We can... Yeah, I'm not big on... Frankie's cool. Like, I like playing Frankie more late game than on curb, if you will. So we go ahead and do that. They play out Brook, and I'm like, oh, brother, this guy stinks. So we're going to play out Bonkure, and we're going to ramp, and now we're going to be swinging 6 and 7 at that ass. Or maybe 6 and 6. I wish I would do 6 and 7. I really hope I do 6 and 7. There's no reason to poise like I have a gum giant that I'm actually gonna use. But anyhow, we do 6, and they take anyways. It's times like these I feel like a genius. I read it right. Anyways, so we've got some threats on the board, and we do see that they are able to, they're gonna be able to pop within reason. There's no reason why they would not be able to. That Cobra card is looking real OP11 to me right now. I cannot believe it's an OP05 card. But anyways, they're swinging 5 there. Guess what? I paused for a second to act like I have a choice. I don't have a choice. They swing into that. I got no counter. They're going to Tashigi there, and that brings it down to 2. They are going to... That's not quite enough yet. It's not enough yet. Not enough yet. They Tashigi again. That, sir, will do the trick. Okay, so we're still at 4 life, but now we're at 9 dawn, if I'm not mistaken. So our choice is... And we made a choice. We made the choice. What we chose to do at that juncture was to Sanji Pudding. And instead of playing out Kaido. Now, looking back, I'm definitely more concerned with playing out Kaido. I would have gotten an automatic pop on the Tashigi and then been able to swing into another Tashigi and another Tashigi. And, we would have gotten rid of those threats. Because at that point in time, you got to ask yourself, what is the real threat here? What are you actually trying to do? Do you believe that your Papas is going to survive 2 Tashigis? And I just gave him a card. I gave him a card. I gave him a round off. I gave him a round off of pressure. And that's gross. Because after that Kaido popping one of the Tashigis, we swing into a Tashigi, then maybe they block, then we swing into another one with Kaido and we get it. Guess what? We had Sanji's after the fact. So now we're kind of doubling back and trying to make up for our lost time. And I'm going to swing 6 into a Tashigi. And what is they going to do with that? Our Kaido's at 10. So they're going to need some cards. Okay, so they do just let it go. What do? We swing into the other Tashigi? Yeah. We're trying to get rid of all the reduction. This is what we could have done last time. So, yeah, I'm still a little perturbed about that. But let's see if we can continue to make up for it. They're going to swing 5 at us. No reason for us to take a 5. We take the 5. I was saying there's no reason for us to take a 5 because they're going to swing a Brook. And, there's no way that they're going to swing into Kaido thinking that they can take it. But anyhow, we're going to keep going. Right now, I'm not feeling too good. I feel like, we are playing right into them. And that Sanji Pudding was a very neglectful play on my part. So... but that's why I show you these matches, because I want to show you guys how to dig yourself out of the hole as best you can, right? So they're Mancherry. They draw Rebecca from trash. Rebecca and the Shigi, and plays a one-legged soldier. So they're padding. They're adding reduction. What do we got here? We got a 8K swing. This is why we should have blocked out of that 5. You know what I'm saying? And now we got to give them everything, which is crazy. We do have Sanji. We do have Big Loof. We've got a little. We got a few options. We got a few options. I decide to do this because now I'm able to just start swinging into things and see what they give me. They give me a blocker for that. I'm going to swing. I honestly think 10, and I think getting rid of that Brook could probably be a bigger investment on my part. But we'll see what I go for. Yeah, we do go for the Brook. Okay, cool. They let the Brook go. And now what am I going to do? I swing at the one-legged soldier, and they don't let the one-legged soldier go. That tells me they're not worried about their life. They're not worried about their life. They're more concerned with getting these threats off the board. We do got 2 9K bodies on the board right now, or 9 cost bodies, I should say. Unfortunately, I did not feel safe adding 1 Dawn to my leader to make them both 10 drops, which is a terribly more difficult for a Lucci to get rid of, especially post Ice Age, ban. So anyways, what are they cooking up this time? The Mancherry was left alone, and Mancherry is running amok. Okay. Something tells me that if I would have swung into the Mancherry, they would have also blocked with Rebecca. So they've got another Cobra out. Okay. Swinging 9 now, or swinging 10, excuse me. Swinging 10, -1 there. Yeah, we're not doing that, Jack. And we got the Dawn to keep it alive. Now we've got Gum Gum Lightning. We've got Sanji. We've got plenty Dawn. The Law Search is not going to be one that we want to play right now. We do not want to bottom deck any Gum Gums that we got coming our way. We just get rid of Rebecca like that. I think that I would like to get rid of Manchetti because of just the implications that they, just the kind of things they've been doing. We can also get rid of one-legged soldier. There's different things. So, and I get rid of the blocker, and I realize, okay, I'm going to be putting 1 on my leader or not at all, which is just whatever, dude. Yes, do that. Thank you. So now I'm going to swing 10. They don't got 10. They're down to 1 life. We've got rid of their blocker. We left them with a one-legged soldier. That soldier can get rid of our Sanji for sure. And perhaps that was a mistake, but we shall see. We shall see. We also are within lethal range for sure. They're going to have to give us some otherworldly walling upping. However, we also do have Usohachi that can turn some things sideways, so that's really cool. The only way we're giving up Usohachi is if they pressure for game, right? Now, we know that we can go to 8 Dawn, 7, 8. Yeah, we know that we can go to 8 Dawn, so we'll see what's going on with that. And there is a situation that they're looking at where they can swing with their leader and then throw it all on the one-legged soldier. We know they ain't got rush, so there's no way they got rush. I decide to just go ahead and do that. They can swing with one-legged soldier for 8 and then just take a life, or they're F in the A. So they decide to go ahead and play out Lucci. Lucci's going to -3 on Sanji. And now it's time to, they're going to put some things in the trash. I say Lucci's -3. The one-legged soldier -3. Sorry about that. So Lucci gets rid of Sanji. And now we got their 6th Cobra. And we got Sanji. All right. Unfortunately, I remember this shit. And I'm not really concerned about their 2 Dawn up. Black isn't notorious for running events like that. But there's 2 options I got here, gang. 1, play the Luffy and go for that. Or 2, play the Sanji, -2, relax that blocker, and then swing, 4 swings. So with the Luffy, I'm swinging 5 swings, but one of them will be blocked. And yeah, let's just see how this plays out. I said the kids want to see Luffy. The kids want to see the secret Luffy. Let's go ahead and give them the secret Luffy. I think that was also a big city mistake, because why give them 7? Like, swing 9 twice. Swing 9 twice. Did I have the Dawn to do it? I had the Dawn to do it, didn't I? Yeah. Swing 9 twice. You nincompoop. So, yeah. I was thinking, oh, it's black. They're bricked up. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, the way I gave them the day off. Maybe that would have worked. Maybe that would have absolutely worked if I had given them 9 twice, and then 6, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then 10, and then 10, you know what I'm saying, or 6, 9, 9, 10, 10. I beat my L. I beat my L all over the place. I'm only showing you this one, guys, because, you know, I'm a real one. And I'm like, no mas, you got it. They disconnect. We really wanted that run back. We really wanted that run back. So where normal run back would be a rematch, we're gonna call this one a salty run back. It's a salty run back because I had to find them and click them again, baby, and that's exactly what we did. Woo! Okay, so they chose to go second. All right, so we got the same thing going on this time. And this time I'm like, oh, yo, all right, I get your little, I got you down. I got you down. I'm about to bust ass. We're in bust ass mode right now. Okay. We about to be putting on that pressure. Watch your boy be big city hooping. Okay. I was not about to lose to a lucci and just let that ride. Okay. Especially not in that fashion. Not in that fashion. All right. So they give us 5 to 5. We give them a law. We're done searching with law. Okay, cool. Yeah. Y'all gonna do that. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm going to ramp. I'm going to go down up 2, and then I'm going to swing 2 6s. You don't get no Brook this time. You don't get no Brook this time. No Brook for you. No Brook for you. And this is right now, what I'm doing right now is very average experience Black Purple Luffy. This curve I'm seeing, very average experience. Nothing fucking crazy. Okay? I feel like they played a great game. I feel like they got great draws. I feel like they did some great things, and I did some mistakes in the last game. So anyhow, they play out Kuzan. I'm already at 9 Dawn. I don't know what to tell you, Jack. I don't know what to tell you. I'm about to drop it right now. I'm like, yeah, wait, calm down. We got to copy Kuzan, get a swing out of this guy first. So Bankure gets the swing. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead, bust ass the card, and we're going to swing 5 there. Coup, and then and I really should be adding that Dawn to my leader first, because Zoro could be popped by Tempest Kick. Anyhow, I got him down to 1 life. Okay, they're facing quite the board. We're definitely putting on that big city pressure, and they swing 6 into 1. You got it. You have got that. We could play out Black Maria and ramp all the way back up. Yeah, that's not gonna do it either. Yeah, it did that, but I don't know about this one, Jack. So I'm like, yo, I'll just give him 11, right? And then I'll swing 12. Yeah. 11, 12. Okay. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Welp. They've got the choice to develop or swing a girthy swing into Kaido. Let's see what they choose to do, because right now Kaido is a 10 cost, and getting it down to 3 is believable, but is it feasible? Are they able to do that? Oh, you big, me small. You were able to do that. Okay. And now you got those blockers, I'm assuming. I didn't see no blockers in there. Oh, the block goes there. What am I doing here? What was that about? We do get a blocker out. Okay. So they're going for the long game. They're going for the, I'm going to Rebecca. I'm going to draw Khalifa. I forget who Khalifa is. Oh, a 2K. They draw a 2K. I would have played a blocker there, but they're trying to show me that they're going to get rid of whatever I play out next. I said, bet, fam. I'll join the bet family. I'm going to go ahead and go up to a staggering 4 Dawn active after that. Did you guys see that? Let the DJ run it back. So we played out Pudding. We got the draw card because we're both at 10. Then we played that out, went down, ramped 1, and then from them we got one from Pudding, and we were already at 10, so we didn't even get we would have been able to get an additional 2 more Dawn off of a play like that, which is absolutely bonkers. I'm going to swing 8 at that ass and save 1 for a posture of a Gum Gum Giant. We've got 3 life. They've got to establish block or finish me. Or get rid of all of my threats and still establish a block. There's no way with 5 cards they're blocking out of 15. Okay, we got Sanji. That's just about going to clinch it for us. The Sanji that we probably should have played last game, and or swung 9 with our Luffy, which was also bananas. They're going to get rid of 1 threat. They're going to get rid of 2 threats, and that's the game. All they had was Kuzan. Did they have anything else? No, they just didn't have it. They had 2, 4, 6. That's the best. Or 3, 7, 3, 5, 7. They can go up to 7. They go up 7K. But that was that. And they disconnect again. Nobody wants to play with me. What's that about? I also, because of that, if you guys are, observant and observing the bottom, I decided to go undercover for this one, and I'm undercover as Lucy. So they would never expect Lucy. Let's go to the next one. Gang, let's see. They chose to go first. We really like going first, but they chose to go first. We're going to play out a searcher, get Frankie, and it's Bonney, everybody's favorite character. You know the thing about Jory Bonney, I'm going to get in the rant mode engaged. It is just such a, Bonney in particular, I don't want to just say green as a whole, but Bonney in particular is almost, to me, turning into like the new yellow, where there's no way you're really emotionally attached to these characters. Not like I am with Luffy and company, not like I am with the Straw Hats. Not like somebody could be with certain fan favorite, I've never heard anybody say Bonney is my favorite character. I have seen people, you're playing it because I think it's the most toxic right now. This is the most disgusting, the most disgusting leader right now. And it's for a multitude of reasons. Obviously, why did I do that? Swing 7 in the life. What the fuck? I hope they take this. Anyways, it's just the most disgusting leader, and the way it plays just jacks the game up as a whole. Yeah. Imagine if Noro Beam, the card is this leader's ability every turn, no matter what. We win the entire game off of Noro Beam. They have that every turn, no matter what. They've got bitch ass cards like Carrot, Cavendish, and now the Booby Smoker that enable them to play however many cards they see fit and still have 1 ramp or one Dawn active for that bitch ass Wall Kid. I mean, we just ain't happy about it. Anyways, enough of that. Enough of the silly business. I'm actually going to net negative in some Dawn because I really want to get rid of that bitch ass Carrot. And right here, I'm like, yo, go ahead and swing the world at him because, that's where you're at. That's the state of affairs. Now, they did drop Carrot instead of Cavendish or fill in the blank Booby Smoker. But it's cool. We got rid of one of the Rosinantes already. We've gotten rid of a Carrot. So, nobody's going to be frozen anymore. They're going to have to get rid of them the old-fashioned way. They are taking a lot of life. And they have a lot of cards. So I don't know what that's about. In our hand is really nothing impressive. We just have 2 Usuhachi Miso Hornies, Sanji, and Gum Gum Lightning. And there's our hero, right on effing time. Not your time, not... What was that about? What was that about? Are we having a big city mistake? Are we having a big city misplay? My bitch ass being nice and shit. Last time I came across a big city misplay, I let it go. Lucky for me, the game doesn't allow them to let it go. So they still turn somebody sideways. God bless, and just counter out. I don't know. I think what happened is they didn't have a blocker to go sideways for the kid, and they don't want the kid to get eaten up, because I have a Sanji, and that kid with no blocker is going to get eaten up. And I think that's what it is. I think they know, hey, I got Noro Beam the card as an ability. It doesn't matter. So what I choose to do is I'm trying to put on that pressure. And we do. We get him down to 0 life. And I don't care about Gum Gum Giant or anything being active. Why? Because I got 4 life. This is a very peculiar situation. So I'm like, oh, we're hooping. Either this guy doesn't know what they're doing, or they're not seeing their cards. Now I see that they know what they're doing, and they're seeing their cards. No, they don't know what they're doing. They should have swung. Oh. They turned him sideways to play out Rosinante for free. You big, me small. Gotcha. Okay, so right here, I understand that if I want to pop anything, I got to pop bitch ass Tashigi first. So I'm like, that sucks. So what if I got 4 life. What if I just swing? What if I just swing into him? I understand that I'm going to be losing some things, and I just continue to swing. What are they going to turn sideways? They turn Frankie sideways. Okay. The fact that they could also turn the leader sideways makes their ability even better than Noro Beam. Noro Beam, a card that costs 2 Dawn, and you minus a Dawn. That's 3 Dawn. That's 3 Dawn. Think about that. That's a little jacked up. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just keep pelting them. And what do you know? We're whittling down that hand. Okay. So now they still got Rogue, makes 1 active. Like, I'm just so like, so just with this. And I play it so often because I fear that that's the deck that I would have to play as much. Even though my last tournament, I go 5 rounds against red each time and win all 5. So they're swinging 5 into 5. We let that rock. Okay. If they have a big shanks, we're fucked. Okay, no big shanks. They're swinging 9 into 7. I don't think I can let that ride. So I'm going to... What am I going to trash, though? Yeah. So we trash the lightning because we would have to use it on Tashigi first anyways, and that just ain't going to do anything for us. That really isn't doing anything for us. Now they're in that awkward phase where they got to decide, so what am I doing? Am I swinging with Tashigi or Homeboy? Because I'm definitely not swinging with my blockers. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. They have been at 0 life for 2 turns because they can just wall up like this. Like, what? The plus side is this deck right now is able to give them a lot of trouble, right? We've been able to go wide. And at this point, I'm like, I need another rush. I need another rush. Okay. And, I mean, fuck it. Give them 1 swing 11 in there. I mean, get a blocker out. We need a blocker off the board. We need a blocker off the board. This is just a who's going to shit the bed first. Okay. So I can't do nothing. Pass it on back. What do they have for us now? You know what I mean? And not to mention that any and all of these cards that they're drawing into, I was just about to say horny ass Jones turns threat sideways, gets rid of Dawn, they're already at 0 life. They don't give a shit. And now they get to put on their own pressure, right? So, and they get to commit wholeheartedly commit, because Eroge is going to turn a Dawn active. I'm bitching a lot, and I don't care. It's my first day off work. I got off work this morning at 6 in the morning, and I got to deal with this fucking bullshit. Anyways, turning that bitch ass blocker sideways. We're gonna fucking swing 12, and you better not fucking have it. They ain't got it. And if they ain't got that, they ain't got nothing else, baby. That's right. Now, on this turn, at this juncture, shout out, Crow. At this juncture, yes, we would be swinging. Let's swing some 5 here, and then let's swing some 7 here. And you're going to have a 2K and a 1K. All right, I'm going to swing 5. And if you give me 1, cool. But you're going to have to be stacked with 2Ks to survive this round. And then even still, you have to decide whether you want to develop or swing. It looks like they did have a blocker there, but that wouldn't have mattered because we're gonna Uso Hachi Me So Horny the turn after that, and then we'd be Big City hooping. But anyways, green, dog, green. Ugh, disgusting. It makes me green. We're all throwing up. All right, gang. Last one before we Dizipskis. They choose to go first. We're forced to go second. We don't like it. But I'm going to grab a 2K, and I'm going to search again, and I'm going to grab a Big City Luffy, okay? Big Boot Scoot Luffy. And they're going to swing 5. We're going to go ahead and give them a 2K. We want to conserve our life, okay? So on this one, at this juncture, we could ramp with Bon Clay, or we can ramp with Zoro. I feel like ramping with Zoro is the better move, because what did I tell you guys about bricks in your hand? They're hot potatoes. Get them out of your hand. Get them out of your hand, okay? Let the cards with counter. Any card with counter also serves a purpose to counter, okay? So we leave Bon Clay in our hand. We're not worried about mimicking anything for right now. We're going to swing 5, and we're going to swing 5. We're just seeing that they only got 4 cards in hand, and we're never really big on trying to, rush this leader out of the game. I have found that what you want to do with this leader is just mainly focus on their board, let them use their resources with their board, and then, like, for example, we'll swing into the Zoro. They give us something. We'll swing into the Zoro. They might let them go and then put another threat on the board. That gets Gum Gum Lightning. You see what I'm saying? Like, cool. Then you're out of here. So right here, we're going to have to take, right? They're going to swing 6. We got to take that one again, Jack. Okay, so we are in we're in the dill of the pickle, if you will. Now, what we can do is we can afford a Sanji Pudding, okay? We can afford a Sanji Pudding. We're at 7 Dawn, which means we would wind up ramping 1, but we're going to go ahead and swing 5 there. They actually take it. They give us that bitch-ass blocker. And we say, you know what? That's cool. Let's get rid of that bitch-ass blocker then. Oh, actually, we get rid of that guy because he was continuing to put 2 Dawn everywhere. They're all swapping saliva. We're going to swing 6 into 5. And they take. Coup. And now they've got 2 blockers on board. And we've got the world in our palms. Okay. And they go ahead and Zoro. We're no doubt going to get some pressure from that Zoro. Swinging 7 into Zoro. Okay, so that tells me that you're concerned about the board. If you've got 2 blockers and 2 life, why are you concerned about the board and not just swinging at face? That's a little cray-cray, right? Okay, so at this juncture, we can play out a pudding. We want to get some of these bricks out of our hand, right? But we can start by swinging pudding into Zoro and seeing what that gives us. They do have 2 blockers. Okay, so they pop our law and they make Zoro go big. Cool. We can also play out Luffy now. We choose to play Luffy, swing 7 there. We get that blocker. I can try to swing at it one more time and see what that does, or I can just pop it and it looks like I choose to pop the blocker instead. Now I'm going to go ahead and just swing 7 in the life, okay? You don't want to give me the Zoro, you're going to give me their life, okay? And now that's all they have on board. I've got 10 Dawn total, 2 Dawn active, 2 Giants, and 2 bricks in my hand just waiting to get sacrificed for it. So they're going to swing, they're not swinging just 6, is they? Let's see. We also have a Uso Hachi. Oh, whammy. Okay, so they're going to Mulgun. They're going to go the Mulgun route. They're going to swing 8. Now they're interested in getting us out of here. Well, we can Gum Giant that for free. Let's get that pudding out. Draw 2 more cards. One of them is a 2 Sanjis, right? So we can do this again. And I would actually recommend it. I would actually recommend doing that. Yeah, maybe get rid of the... Yeah, we get rid of the Luffy. Why we get rid of the Luffy, you ask? Well, right now we've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8K encounter. So, man, they ain't had shit, boy. They ain't had shit. So now we can go ahead and play out pudding. We can search with law. We can afford to do some things. We play out pudding. It draws us a card. We're swinging 7 into 5. You got to have something for me. And they do. Okay. So now we're in a place where they can rush us out, right? But they're going to have to overcome something because I'm getting my cards in order. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 plus 5 takes me to 13. So they're going to have to come up with 3 good swings, like 3 big swings, because the first one I can take, the second one I can counter out of, and they'd have to have another one after that. 5 Dawn. Oh, the game's over. Oh, you're telling me that the game is over. Yeah. All the and another 2K and another 2K. Yeah. So you can have all the events in the world. I don't think that's gonna do it for you, Jack. So I'm gonna just go ahead and give them 9 at a time. 9 to 5. Dolly Parton style. Working that 9 to 5. They took. I'm gonna give them 15. The only way we're screwed here is if one of those things was like a -3 and +2, and then, oh no, because they would have to put it on them. Yeah, they wouldn't be able to afford to put it on our leader. Shit. Holy shit. Now, one short. Okay, one short. However, they still did have another swing coming their way. Yeah. And then, let's see. So they would have 15. They would have a 15K swing. We've got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they could have swung 15 back at us, and we would have been able to block out. So we had that game either way. And that right there speaks to the deck. The strength of the deck right there, that I would have been able to still counter out. Very fortunate to see so many 2Ks. And yeah. Also, my thought, I think these don't have a place. I know. I don't think they have a place, though. I don't think the bigs got a place in this. I could be wrong. But as a purple Luffy player, once you play this out, or once you play out Shanks, I'm like, oh, thank God, I don't got to use my brain no more. Like, I'm done thinking. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, that's another story. I'm no storyteller. Let's get over just the list. All right, well, there you have it, gang. A really strong showing and very strong feeling black purple Luffy list. I know I fumbled the bag against that Lucci. I should have swung 9 twice if that's the route I wanted to go. I could have swung 9 twice and then 7, I believe. Yeah, I could have swung 7, then 9, 9, 10, 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I made it super easy on them. But anyhow, we also, got the rematch and played it the way we should have. But yeah, I think that this list is pretty daggum strong. Like I said, I've been getting some lists, sent to me and stuff like that. And, and I see what other people are doing. And that's cool. I feel like to me, this is like playing more towards the strengths of the deck and also into the meta. I don't think that just one big can do it. That's why we don't favor playing the big Luffy. Yeah, I don't want to see, I don't want to say that they're aged out. I'm not going to say that whatsoever. I am just going to say that we need a lot of swings. We need a lot of swings these days. A lot of swings does it. There's a lot of blocks. There's a lot of, it's getting real in the field. It's getting real in the field. And, you know, if this leader didn't bottom deck your entire fucking board, absolutely, he'd be goated. Absolutely, he'd be goated. But the fact that you lose your whole board, that's rough. Mick Ruff, the crime dog. Or if they bottom decked your board, but they got rid of both you and your opponent's Dawn. Oh, that'd be cray. That would be big city pressure. But anyhow, the only reason I say that is that there was a card back in the Marvel versus the VS system. It was Dark Phoenix, and that's what this card reminds me of. You play her out for 10, and she removed all of the resources, the plot twist or whatever, the resources from both you and your opponents, and y'all are just, once she's played, y'all are just locked in, and you can either deal with her or you can't. You know what I mean? So anyways, I feel like that's kind of what this is meant to be, but it's getting dealt with. Anyhow, so those are my thoughts. Do smash the like button, finger pop that subscribe, turn on the bell, go down in the comments, let me know, what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what would you be doing differently? I can tell you off the rip, I would like to put Papas at I would like to put it at 4, but I don't know what I would take away from. I feel a little weird taking away a 2K or a counter of any sort, and maybe we can get rid of one Bond Clay, you know, I don't know. But anyhow, this has been Murata Music with 3-piece TCG, Big Beard Pirates TCG, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang, for the love of the money and fame. I can tell I never could change. I said I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang, for the love of the money and fame. I can tell I never could change.